I need to take a moment to yap about the dumbest argument I've ever been in over Dungeons & Dragons. This happened in high school. I'm dungeon mastering for a new D&D group. Everybody shows up with their characters. One of our players shows up with some suspicious stats. We were using 4d6, drop your lowest die, so your stat range was between 3 and 18. This player was playing a human, so they had +1 to all their stats, so technically it's 4 to 19. And they show up with the following stats. In red are the 2 stats that are mathematically impossible for them to have on their character sheet. Now, I know that I probably should have just had everybody roll the stats at the first session, but I was young, innocent, and naive, but not so naive as to not notice these 2 numbers aren't possible. And so I said, hey, big dog, what's going on with your stats? I feel like this isn't right. And they said, oh, I forgot to drop the lowest die from those 2 numbers. It should actually be an 18 and a 17, and they changed their stat block to this. Doesn't this look like a more balanced and fair stat block that makes sense for their character to have? No, it freaking doesn't. Be so real with me, level with me right now. What are the odds that they just happened to forget to subtract the lowest die from the 2 impossible stats, but the rest of this absolutely stellar 1 in a million stat block, they did calculate correctly. And when I said, hey, this whole stat block just looks weird, and since you forgot to subtract the die from 2 of them and we didn't see you roll the stats, do you want to just roll them again? It turned into a 20-minute argument at our D&D table during our first session, in which one of the other players backed them up on not changing their other stats because it wasn't fair for them to have to re-roll the stats because they got lucky. I don't have a conclusion to this video. This is just absurd to me, and I needed to share this with you all because this line of thinking just absolutely blows my mind. Yeah.